Mother, hello. Oh, thank you. Happy birthday to me. Oh, camera's in the right angle. Yeah, there we go. All right, what do you got? What is it like being 28? It's not much different than being 27 if we're gonna be real here. What do I want to reflect on? It's a good question. I have a lot to reflect on, if I'm going to be honest with you. This year was hard. It was very, I wouldn't say damaging. It was more just me trying to find myself and who I wanted to be for the long term. And that's why, I got into Reiki, I got into hypnotherapy, just trying to help people on a mindset level and be the true healer that I want to be, but not be pigeonholed into a certain box, because I think a lot of people wanted to label me as a hippie, and I didn't like that. It was kind of like the crypto Coop stuff when I was doing that. A lot of people wanted to pigeonhole me into just crypto and investing, and I really didn't like that. I actually hated that. I hated that people tried to identify me as something, and I don't want to be identified, actually. Contrary to societal norms, I don't like identities, and I don't care about, pronouns and shit like that, because I am unique and I am one of one, just like the Gunna song. I'm different. I'm not better than you. Damn, there's a fucking, is that a frog? That's crazy. Got a frog out here. But it's kind of crazy to be a part of this journey of evolution. And it's crazy to be a part of this journey of transcendence. What is going on? That's wild. Sorry, there's so much noise going around. I guess that's what happens when you're in nature, right? Yeah. Does that answer the question? Okay, just making sure. Yeah, what you got next? What have you learned being single? Being single has been a hell of a ride recently. Being single has taught me to love myself, learn how to be alone with myself, take myself on dates. And there's one thing of glamorizing loneliness, which I don't like being perpetuated by social media. I don't glamorize loneliness. I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life, but I can handle that, is what I learned this year about being single. I don't need a woman. I don't need a partner. I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone. And I don't think that's wrong of me to say. I think it's more wrong of me to rely on people for my happiness, because I am happy with myself now. And I think being happy with myself has created an opportunity to come full circle with my shadows. And, I relied on relationships to keep me grounded, but now I'm grounded on my own. So it's like, I'm content being single, because my peace is more important than trying to make a woman happy. And I know some women listening to this are not going to like that, but I don't really give a shit. Sorry, Mom, I love you. Do I see myself dating anyone? Yes, I do. The toughest part, and the reason why I'm not hesitant, I'm trying to put this into perspective, right? Because I've been through a lot from relationships, traumatizing. Like I've been cheated on the past 3 recent relationships in my life. Like the past 3 women I've dated have all cheated on me, whether it was texting their guy best friend sexually, which happened, whether it was a woman that I was dating that was literally physically being intimate with a guy like right in front of me. That's another thing. And then a woman that cheated on me with her college ex-boyfriend, like, that was real, and going through that, I'm okay with not dating, but I would still like to get married at some point and have a monogamous relationship and be a grown man and a grown adult and, tap into my masculinity, being a dad and, all these things, right? Because that's what, men are motivated by a significant other at some point in time. And whether they want to believe that or not is up to them, but that's the truth. But what I have to understand, that being healed and being fully grounded in my masculinity and my feminine nature, I gotta bring in a woman that compliments me and also uplifts me and supports me. And the reason why I talk about dating in a hesitant way is because I have to keep in mind that I might not find a woman in my building phase, as what I'm building right now, building my business, building my millionaire, mindset, building my millionaire lifestyle, building my friendships. There could be a chance a woman never comes into that building phase, and I know that's going to make my mindset change, and I don't think that's wrong of me to do. I think women being like, you gotta like build yourself before a woman comes to you. Honestly, like, I respect a woman more for being with me at my lowest phase, and I've never had that. I've never had a woman be there for me at my lowest, which you have, though, but you're my mother, obviously, so I mean, I love you, but obviously, when I get married to a woman, she's my top priority. And I think you understand that. And that's a good thing that you understand that and you understand that boundary. Also because you're married to Dad and, you guys have a great relationship and you guys are, very happy. And you obviously made Dad the priority and Dad made you the priority, like over his own family, right? Because that's what you do when you get married. You make each other top priority. That's how it works. And I think people don't understand that, which is alarming. But yeah, I think being where I wanted to be and where I'm building, sorry, the dog is coughing up a lung, but I do have the conception or thought of, yeah, there might be a woman that never comes into my building phase or comes in at my lowest point. Like, obviously you were at my lowest point. You were there for me when I had cancer. You were there for me when I was bullied as a kid. You were there for me during my shoulder surgery in college. You were there for me in my low points 2 years ago after a bad breakup. Like, you were there, and I appreciate that. But, like, when you're building something, obviously, you need a woman to be there for you as well, just because I think it adds that respect to each other. But obviously, if I love someone, I'm willing to let go of that egoic attachment of, she wasn't there for me at my lowest, why does she deserve me at my highest? I'm willing to let that mindset go. I just need a little time to obviously get to that point. But, I want to be married and I want to have kids and, I want to be, with my soulmate. That's obviously the most Like it's the most beautiful thing you can have. So hope that answers your question. Oh, that's a good cigar. What did I learn from being an entrepreneur? Or what have I learned so far building a business? Well, I've learned that it's not fucking sunshine and rainbows. And it takes a long time to build, and you have to make investments and you have to take risks. That's why I, bought a business coach, I bought a mentor, paying for a social media team now, um, paying for opportunities to be great. Like, you have to pay to play, you have to pay to network, and I don't think people understand that, because you have to invest in yourself to grow. You're your own stock. Like, you, just like the stock markets, just like Nvidia, just like Tesla, like, you can invest your way to the top, but you have to build something sustainable. And that's what some people don't understand. Like, you can't invest your way to being a millionaire right away. Like, you have to build your own business, because that's income that is, like, you have uncapped income as a business owner. Like, that's what people don't understand. When you're an entrepreneur, you have uncapped income. It's as high as you want to go or as low as you want to go. You can make $0, you can make $100 million. It's what you make of it. So I've learned it's a marathon, not a sprint. What is next for you? What's next for me is public speaking, doing opportunities there, doing webinars, doing virtual sessions, getting clients from hypnotherapy and Reiki. Also building out my collective group and relaunching my collective group in hopefully October, November, start date. Building myself, building others, building my business partners, building a relationship with someone. Yeah, it's just like, it's all happening kind of fast. I know it's August 31, but I'm really taking it day by day, and I'm not rushing anything. I have patience, obviously. I went through cancer for 2.5 years. You know how fucking patient you gotta be to take a needle in your spinal fluid for 2.5 years, every month? Like, that takes patience to just see the light at the end of the tunnel, because my body never gave up when I got cancer. That's what people don't understand about being a cancer survivor, and how fucking unequivocally insane my mindset had to be. Like, I'm not saying I'm a Marine tough, but I'm up there. Like, I could have gave up as a kid, because like, your body has the ability to give up and die if you really want to. I chose not to, though, as a 7-year-old. That helps you take that into any sort of consideration beyond yourself. And I'm grateful for the experience. I really am. And that's why, like, I've thought about taking my own life for sure. Like, when I was a kid, I thought about unaliving myself. But what you have to understand is, when you beat something that was statistically supposed to kill you, everything comes easy after that. It comes easy. Even the hard stuff comes easy. Football was easy. Like, football had its moments, but it wasn't. I mean, I took hits, had surgery, had a few concussions, but I learned how to adapt because of, like I said, being sick for so long. What do I have to say to my childhood bullies. Oof. All I have to say to my childhood bullies is, I forgive you, and I love you for who you are. That's it. What do I have to say to people struggling right now? I think all I have to say is that you are not your struggle. You are not your pain. Like, that's not your identity, but it can be your motivation to go out and be great and go out and express yourself in whatever way that may look, because that looks different for everyone. And I think what people have to understand is you are not your traumas, but you are your like, you can be your achievements, like, greater than, you know, your traumas and your struggles. Like, that's the beauty of life, is we all go through something and then we can alchemize that. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm simply just alchemizing the pain that I went through to build my purpose. Like, that's all. Like, that's all it really is. And there's beauty in that. When do I see myself, what? Say that again? When do I see myself becoming like a dad? Oh, we're back on this shit again. Look, I don't have like a timeline on it. Like, if it's when I'm 40, it's when I'm 40. If it's when I'm 30, it's when I'm 30. If it's when I'm 50, it's when I'm 50. If it's never, it's never. Like, I am fully capable of being in the wilderness. Like, I'm fully capable of living in Wyoming in the mountains for the rest of my life with the dog. And it's not that I dislike anyone or anything. I have one of the biggest hearts, and you know, you obviously know that, and I'm one of the most compassionate people that you'll meet. It's more just like, I'm so content on being alone. I really am. And like, that's the thing, like, when I went through that rough breakup 2 years ago, and I was alone on an air mattress in my apartment for months and months on end, like for a while, like blow up air mattress every night for months and months, like 6-7 months, like by myself. Like, I didn't bother my brother. I didn't, you know, go on dates. I didn't talk to my friends. I didn't do anything. I didn't do shit. I was by myself. I'm capable of being by myself now because I did that. Like, I was fully by myself, and that's what people don't understand. Like, they say, like, oh, I was alone. Like, no, you were with your fucking roommates. Like, no, you were still going on dates. No, like, I actually did the shit. Like, that's the difference between me and other people, and I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying, like, I actually did it. I actually was by myself, and like, I don't want to discredit those people that have gone through the mud through breakups, but like, I actually did it. I did that shit, and you know, I am proud of myself for being able to handle that. So it's it's a great, it was a great learning experience for me. Where do you want to be in 5 years? What is this, a work interview? Like, come on. No, I'm just playing. 5 years, I'd like to be in a place other than St. Louis. Yeah, I'm definitely moving out of St. Louis next year for sure. It was coming at some point, right? Like, it was gonna be here at some point. I just needed the courage to do that, and I finally found the courage to do that, and I'm finding the means to do it, financially speaking, which I'm almost there. But yeah, I just want to I want to travel around too. Like, I'd love to go to Italy for a few months. Would love to go to Bali for a few months. I actually do plan on going to Bali for a few months with friends, especially my business partners, since those are kind of my new friends, which I'd rather have those people as friends than like superficial drinking partners. Like, I don't need that. That's why I'm going sober now, and like, it's just a beautiful all-encompassment. What made me want to go sober again? Just poison, alcohol affecting me, like having a raging hangover after the birthday celebration was shitty. I fucking hated that. But I, yeah, I want to be sober, and I just want to be in the right frame of mind, and I want my body to heal itself, and to be able to grow and transcend with my mind and my soul. You gotta treat the body like a temple. That's why I'm drinking a Zevia right now, a stevia soda. um, yeah, treating your body is really important. I know I'm having a cigar, but like, the thing is, you don't inhale this shit. Um, are they perfect? No, but I smoke a cigar all the time? No, this is the first cigar I've had in like months. I don't seek pleasure from food, from booze, from um, drugs, like, psychedelics. Like, I don't seek escapes anymore. I don't believe in escapism. I can be sober, and I mean, life treats me just the same. Like, I have that ability to not rely on drugs or alcohol or anything to fill my cup up. Like, I can just do my thing, live with my people, and that's it. Like, I'm a very simple guy. Like, people don't understand that I'm very simple. Like, I just love to love. I love to create businesses. I love to be a visionary. I love to be a healer. I love Reiki, and I love myself. Um, and I just love the human experience and everything it embodies, and it embodies like flows of alcohol and drugs at times, because I had my own benders like in college, and had low moments in college for sure, but I'm okay with letting those things go and not relying on those. Oh, man, that's a tough question. What is your biggest weakness that I'm working on? Or what is your biggest weakness that you're working on and you're talking to me? Biggest weakness that I'm working on is my insecurity around worthiness. Feeling worthy enough to date someone, feeling worthy enough to be wealthy, feeling worthy enough to be a millionaire, feeling worthy enough to have 15,000 followers on Instagram, 100,000 followers on Instagram, feeling worthy enough to have passive income, feeling worthy enough to smoke a cigar, feeling worthy enough to take a day off from the gym, feeling worthy enough to take a day off from working, feeling worthy enough to take a day off from life and just rest. That's proving my worth is something that I've always felt like I had to do, and now it's like sitting with myself and understanding that my worth is beautiful and perfect the way it is. I think women have a better view of that than men do. I think men always feel like they have to provide value, and that's fine, but that's going to cripple you in the mindset space. Where if you are secure with yourself, you're going to have more success because you don't attach to it and you're not desperate for it. Damn. Elaborate on the dating part. Jesus. Feeling worthy in dating for me is, oh shit. It's interesting because like there was a first date I went on with a woman. She does yoga, Pilates. She's very successful, runs her own business. Um, she was in her 30s and really smart. We pull up to a coffee shop in Clayton, so like kind of the high end area, and I picked that place for a reason, obviously. But she pulls up in a Beamer, like pulls up in a BMW Beamer, brand new, hops out, you know, dressed to the nines, like pea coat, high fashion, all this shit, right? Date goes really well. She really likes me, but she tells me she doesn't feel worthy enough to date me because of like my charm. She talked about my romantic sense, how sweet I was, and like all these things. She was like, I actually can't handle that. And I was like, whoa. She said I was too good for her. And that's the crazy part, was like having someone who has money, car, like she's a boss. Like she's a boss actually. Like tens of thousands of followers, between all her platforms. Very successful. And she told me she doesn't think she's good enough for me. Like that's a crazy concept to just think about. And that's why it just like it never went anywhere after a coffee date, because like that's what she told me. And I was like, that's fair, like because your 5D sometimes doesn't reflect in your 3D. And my spiritual maturity since that has given me opportunities to be in some high places with high people, and they see me for me, and I don't have to necessarily prove anything materialistically, because I'm loved just the way I am. And that's why I don't attach to people, because if you don't love me, fine. If you do love me, you're allowed to be in my life. Like, straight as that, simple as that. I want you in my life, but if you don't want to be in my life, that's fine. I'm not going to desperately chase you. So that's the worthiness part. I spent most of my life thinking I have to be picked, I have to chase. That's not true, because a lion doesn't chase his food, a lion doesn't chase his mate, a lion doesn't chase anything. A lion lets it come to him because he's the king of the jungle. So that's where my head's at. So that can come off cocky and arrogant, and I don't really care because I know where I come from, and it's a place of love. So that's where I'm at in terms of like the worthiness perspective. Damn. Oop. Fucking wasp, man. He didn't like what I was saying. Or she, whichever. Not gonna identify the gender of the wasp. What else you got for me while I'm finishing this? What do I love most about my family? I think what I love most about my family is just like how they support me. And I know what I'm choosing is not the most ideal orthodox path. I understand that what I'm doing in life is very, very unique and very niche. But I appreciate you for seeing me who I am, and understanding what I'm doing comes from a place of love. And that's going to carry me to greater strides, and it already has. But it's kept me very grounded and very stable, so thank you for that. I've been investing things on my own, obviously financially putting things into perspective on my own. But you guys mentally and emotionally supporting me has meant the world to me. Like, the physical support I don't really care about with you guys. It's just the emotional and spiritual, it's the emotional and spiritual support that I need the most, and you guys provide that. So thank you. It's not easy sometimes, and you've seen me, on my bad days, and you've listened to me on my bad days, and I appreciate you, working a job and also starting a business is tough, but fully transcending from that I'll look back on this one day and I'll be like, oh shit, I really did that. And if it inspires other entrepreneurs to keep going, then fuck it. I'll be that guy. What do you want people to experience from... What do I want people to experience from me? Damn, that's a good question. I just want people to experience... I want people to experience the joy of the human experience that I've enjoyed by healing my wounds and becoming my best self, like the best version of myself. I want people to feel purposeful in their lives. Like, I want people to feel loved and worthy of everything, because it's all up here. Like, people don't realize that it's all up here. Like, it's all in your head. Like, I've always said this, and a lot of people disagree with me, and I don't understand why they disagree with me, because your mind constructs your reality. And it doesn't invalidate your trauma. It doesn't. But you have to move forward. Whether you like it or not, the world moves. The world rotates with or without you. The sun goes up, sun goes down, with or without you. The moon, everything rotates and revolves, with or without you. It doesn't revolve around you. It revolves with you. So when you understand that and you come clear with that, it's easy. It's all easy. And you won't be like, I wish this would work out, or you stop fucking wishing. And you stop, another thing, like, you stop getting your hopes up. Like, you stop doing the toxic self-sabotage shit that you've always been doing, because I did that. And you know what? I stopped doing that, and I stopped giving a fuck, and boom. Best version of myself. Full of love, full of light. So, yeah, that's my answer. Where are we at on time, actually? How long have we been at this for? Oh, only like 30 minutes. Damn, you've been grilling me. I appreciate it, though. Why don't you want to be on camera? Oh. But you have a good face. Understood. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's shy. It's okay, though. I mean, I post you on Instagram. Oh, but you don't want to talk on camera. That's fine. Oh. There goes the kid. It's a little windy. Sorry for the feedback if you're hearing that right now. So, what do you got for me next? Do I see myself being a millionaire before 30? That was something I did talk about a lot, didn't I? Why not? I'm 28, 2 years. Fuck it, why not? Who says I can't do it, right? Like, I mean, all it takes is making $100K a month, right? Or almost that. Collective group pops off. My one-on-one business pops off. Investments, different strategies pop off. Why not? Why not? It doesn't really matter either. I'm not attached to that number. I'm not attached to any number. My value isn't determined if I have a jet or not. People that obsess over material shit are just hurting on the inside. and you're not gonna. A lot of people are not gonna like hearing that one, but it's true. If you need watches, cars, and jets to feel like you did something, then we need you to look inward a little bit. Would I like those things? Yeah, absolutely. Of course I want a Rolex. Of course I want Jimmy Choo shoes, or of course I want a private jet to fly me wherever I want. But I don't think of myself as a failure, no matter what. Like, I'm not attached to that because I'm perfectly beautiful the way I am without those things. Like, it's just, I want those things. I know I can get those things. I know I can achieve those things, but I don't need those things to feel whole because my heart is full. And that's the beautiful thing. Like, you can be full without needing to be satiated with material things. Why am I not Catholic anymore? Man, you're really trying to piss me off today, aren't you? You're really trying to piss me off, Carrie, aren't you? Sorry, I need an extra hit of that if you're gonna ask me these questions. I'm not Catholic because I just don't identify with religion. I still believe in God. I still believe Jesus is the man. We won't agree on how I view Jesus versus how you view Jesus, and that's okay, because Jesus was he was an ascended master of Reiki and of spirituality. Like, they won't tell you that, but Jesus was an ascended Reiki master, and I think that's what really just kind of inspired me to get into Reiki, because I know Jesus did forms of Reiki. He just was obviously very ascended as a master. He cured people. I do believe he cured people, like, from leprosy, and I believe he healed people on a big scale, and he had that power. There's a gap in the Bible of, like, I think it's 10 years or 12 years maybe, when he left, and then he came back when he died. I don't think he was 33 years old. I think that's Masonry numbering, numerology. Those that know Freemasonry, 33 is a very pivotal number. So I believe Jesus went to Tibet, or whatever Tibet was at that time, and I do believe Jesus went to learn the art of Reiki and master it, and he did a fantastic job, obviously, because he was healing people at a mass scale, and I think that's beautiful. I won't get into the details of how I view Jesus, but in the end, I think he really did a lot for the spiritual community. And I still identify as a Christian, I guess, religiously speaking. I'm a deist, like, I believe in God. It's just the way I view God is just different. But I think religion isn't necessarily an evil. I just think that religion is just a construct of control. So, I need to let this guy in. Come on. This man's stumbling over himself. Sorry, that was my dog, everyone. He's like 18 years old. All right. So, what else you got for me? Where can I improve my mindset? I mean, you kind of asked this already, but I guess, like, where I can just improve my mindset is not necessarily relying on healing modalities to make me feel grounded and safe within myself. I think that's what I have to understand. I don't need Reiki or meditation or hypnosis to feel whole, or to feel grounded and stable. Because if I use that as an excuse to be a shitty person, then obviously I'm not living to the fullest of God's plan for me. Because I can't let modalities shape who I am. Just like I can't let religion shape who I am. I can't let relationships shape who I am. I can't let money shape who I am. I gotta shape myself. So, in order to do that, I can't rely on modalities to fulfill me. Yeah. That's pretty much my answer there. Who do I want to emulate in life? Jesus. That's what I've always wanted to emulate. I always wanted to be like Christ, like Yeshua, I should say, out of respect. I won't get into that with you, but Yeshua is the embodiment that I want to fulfill. However, obviously, so I did an Akashic record reading, and I learned that I have to be my own person, though. So Jesus is calling me to be my own person and be my own healer, to be powerful, and to learn Reiki at a powerful level, and to continue to transcend this earthly realm and just let the abundance come to me and allow my angels and spirit guides to continue to push me towards greatness and just not live a life of mediocrity. And mediocrity looks different to everyone. My mediocrity is just like living day to day, just trying to get by, living with a person, like just to have a relationship or just to have kids, that's not who I am. Like, I'm here to transcend and have my zest for life expand to as many people as possible. I appreciate that. Last question? Okay. What do you got? Last question. What's the last thing I want people to know about Cooper as he goes into his 29th year, since I'm 28? Hop on the bandwagon now with me, because you won't be able to access me in the next 6 months. I'm calling it right then and there. I'm going to hit a level that's going to be crazy. Because October, I learned through rabbit holes, October is usually the transitional period in your life where you have huge breakthroughs. I remember last year my breakthrough was becoming, like, getting into spirituality as a business and like fully transforming like my collective group and getting my business partner, Jacob, and being able to expand consciousness. Because I know where I wanted to be and I know where I wanted to go. So October was that foundational transition. Now is like the transition of me acting on it, and becoming Coop and letting Coop get all the abundance finally, and not letting my mind and my subconscious hold me back. So hop on the bandwagon now. Like, you gotta hop on the Coop bandwagon because I'm gonna be harder to reach at some point. If you want time with me, you're gonna have to either pay me or you're gonna have to be in my circle. Like it's gonna be one or the other. And I will not be cheap. I will not be cheap. I promise you that. And it's not just because I just want to take your money. It's just because my time is very valuable. I'm a very valuable person. So, you know, you're going to have to understand the boundary. The boundary I set with my time is price and through, are you going to see me or not see me? Like that's what it is. So you're going to have to pay me for my time, or I'm going to have to really love you so fucking much because I just don't have time for expanding my energy to a lot of people. Like, it's going to be condensed. So hop on the bandwagon. My closing thoughts. I would say go just be yourself. I want you to be yourself because your inner child wanted you to be yourself, but you just feel like you couldn't do that because it was parenting, teachers, bullies, society expectations, money. What's holding you back from you? Like, what's holding you back from your fullest authenticity? Because the authenticity frequency vibrates 4 times higher than love. That's crazy, because I thought love was the highest frequency. No, it's authenticity. It vibrates 4 times higher as a frequency than love does. So you got to act in authenticity. I got to act in authenticity. So my vibration can be 4 times higher. And when that vibration is 4 times higher, that's when people see you. That's when people interact with you. That's when people transact with you. That's when people love you. That's when people see you. And I get those messages all the time now. And I love it. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate all you people that do that for me. Because I wouldn't be here without you. Without you. All you people. I see you. I see you watching. I see you listening. And I appreciate you for sticking with me, because I'm going to give it back in the best way possible. I'm healing 1 million souls. That is my life's purpose. That is my life's mission. I am healing 1 million souls. I'm going to die trying too. Are we done here? Is that good? Are we complete? Yeah? All right. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me on my birthday. This will probably not come out for a while, but I appreciate you. It is September 1st, day after my birthday. I love you guys. Thank you. The sun is shining. It is so beautiful outside. The trees are so beautiful. Life is beautiful. You know what I mean? Life is worth living. So go out and live your best life. Boom.